from, such as toys, your pens, combs. These things are made possible by a process called injection molding. Injection molding is basically taking raw material, raw plastic, melting it in a press and injecting it into a mold, ejecting a made part, whether it's a toy, a comb, a sprinkler for your garden, basically anything that's made from plastic. Today I'll be connecting the dots on how injection molding came into my life and changed it for the better. First, I'll be talking about how injection molding, who I was before injection molding and before I was involved in the industry. Next, I'll talk about how injection molding came into my life and came to be my current career. And finally, I'll talk about who I am today because of this industry. As you may already have thought, injection molding was not always a part of my life. In fact, I didn't always like it. When I first was introduced to injection molding, I really didn't like it. I didn't like going to work with my parents, being that they had a family business in injection molding. I didn't like going to the shop. I felt that it was punishment. When I was younger, I would rather be with friends than to be out, to be at the shop working or making plastic parts. I didn't really have an affinity for it. Before injection molding, I was on a path basically going nowhere. I had a bunch of dead-end jobs, warehouse jobs. After a failed attempt at medical school, it kind of put me on a path to, I would say, destruction. Which leads me to my next point of how injection molding came into my life. So injection molding is a family business that my father actually learned way back in 1985 when he was an immigrant, when he immigrated to this country. Being one of the first jobs that he took up here in California, he learned a lot about the process of injection molding. Throughout the years, he was able to make his own business and start his own company, which is where I come in. My family and I were all involved in it, whether we wanted to or not. We were involved in the making of the business, if you would. It all started when I was having a conversation with my father about him in the shop and how the business was doing and how he was doing, and he kind of started to talk to me about how he was had a prospective customer with a lot more growing business and how his sales might go up, in turn cranking up his production. So he explained how he might need a little more help from somebody at a full-time position. Quickly, I offered myself up for the opportunity, and I felt to myself that this was my opportunity to get back into the family business and maybe do something that's really gonna change my life. I guess I saw the bigger picture now. So when I first came into the shop, it was really hard. It was very, very difficult to learn the trade, to do the things in a different manner, in a manner of now I want to do them, now I'm not forced to do them. So it was different. It was really, really difficult. I had to really, really apply myself. It was really the true meaning of blood, sweat, and tears, because there was long days, long nights, night shifts, day shifts, whatever the company needed to be done for it to grow. It was difficult to have to work with your father as well as him being your boss and the teacher and the person teaching you the ropes. Which brings me to my final point about who I became after injection molding. After I came into the injection molding world, it changed me for the better. It gave me a sense of leadership. It gave me a sense of direction. Today, I hold a position, an essential position at that, at Oakley Sunglasses, at the manufacturing plant here in California. We actually produce all of the sunglasses, military glassware, safety wear, anything that's Oakley, we basically make it. I couldn't be happier. It's a really fulfilling position. Currently, I am pursuing an engineering degree, which will definitely help me grow at Oakley or anywhere else in this industry. I am also have been able to do a lot of computer-aided design, actually make molds that make the parts. So it's really changed my life in a way that couldn't have been done any other way. In conclusion, it's really about following looking up to your elders. You know, you never know what you can learn from your parents, from your grandparents. You know, so as a model citizen that I became from injection molding and how it molded me, I really encourage you to going out there and, you know, talking to your parents, your grandparents, an uncle, a friend, or something. You never know what you might learn or what might stick. Thank you for your time.